Hello, welcome to another Near Ending Cast. As always, my name is Johnny, and I'm joined by Joey. How's it going, Joey?
Not too bad.
And we are once again in Birmingham for the elimination round 2 of the Birmingham Regional. And we have, who's this? On the left of the side we have Joey from Reading.
Yep.
And on the right side we have Chris Dyer from Exeter. So, Joey / you is playing NEH and Chris is playing Noise.
Using a map for like the first time all
You
day.
are- yeah, you are
I
using a
didn't
map.
bring a map. I think I was
You
the
know
only
you-
person in 59 players who was like, no map.
You never bring a map.
And
yeah.
then I was like, oh, I've got one now. I can
You
use
did,
it.
so you got a map for making the cut top 8, and it's a very nice map as well.
It's a nice map. It's a bit busy, but I like it. I'm going to use it.
Yeah.
I often want to get a new map, use it for a bit, like for that season.
Throw it out.
But, yeah.
Give it to cats, yeah.
Yeah, and then stop using it, yeah.
Yeah, no, I like it actually. It's quite nice. I look forward to
cool,
getting my one for being a TO and not earning it from playing.
So there's 8 of them, which is quite good for a kit.
Yeah.
To have 8 of them, so they're quite... Only 64 same old things, which is a bit weak, but there's 8 of these, so...
Yeah, I don't think there'll be a lot of regionals that we have 64. Generally.
Half of
in
them,
the
I
UK,
think,
there
in the
will be.
UK,
In the
yeah.
UK, I think a few of them will be.
Yeah, I think it would have been hard to give 128 of them to some of the UK regionals, which that wouldn't even cover some of them.
No, yeah, agreed. Okay, anyway, so we've got from the NEH player here a couple of early assets, Icing HQ, and we've got an early imp of the team sponsorship. Seems good.
He rolled a dice to decide which
he did
remote to check.
He couldn't. I guess he couldn't run both, so it's like an HQ access kind of. He has seen a team sponsorship, which means that he can be pretty sure that you're not on any kind of kill plan.
Yeah.
But maybe you are. You can never be too sure. Yeah, which means that now you can also speak. This is actually going to be quite tough for you. You can speak as the NEH player, but also as our resident noise expert as well.
Yeah.
So, as Noise, when you're running these remotes, what do you want to pressure in particular? What do you want to? Do you run unres remotes?
Team sponsorship's really bad for noise.
Yes.
So, because they get agendas out and all the things you're milling, they just give you even more choice. But I think Chris, like we saw Alex in the last game, he's hitting the economy, which is super strong against asset spam. Because so much of their economy is based.
But they can keep on installing assets. They've always got more, right? Yeah.
So if you're going to trash, targeting just the economy, particularly when it's not getting away from you, is good. And having that imp makes it all the easier.
Yeah. That's true. So
clearly, he couldn't. Without the imp, he wouldn't have trashed anything because
Yes.
you're not going to pay 4 credits to trash turtlebacks, and that's all your money.
Now that he's got his good buddy Aesop as well, he's going to sell that imp in very short order. You did sneak out an Astro.
I did sneak out an Astro.
Devious.
Yeah, that's quite a common of me. Well, I don't know. He checked the first one. He checked one of
That's
them
true.
the
He
first
could have hit
time.
it. Yeah.
And I also realised, like, he also had an imp, so I don't know why I thought that. But he's going to clearly check something.
But he ran the thing you read as the tailbacks. That seems good.
Yeah, I know. It was sneaky, but the best time to sneak out Astros is
While they're setting
when
up.
you don't need to.
Yeah.
So they're less likely to think he's trying to go for an Astro.
So from the inject, we saw a Faust, a David, and a Mimic go in the bin.
Yeah.
Possibly the only Mimic.
Yeah.
I don't know if you run Swordsman. That would be a good splash.
I do not run Swordsman. I run one Assassin. That's
should,
my
it's
only
great.
sentry in the deck.
Okay,
Mimic
yes.
is not going to help.
Sure. And drew Grimoire. So, I think...
That wasn't a great inject.
No, he got money. I'm not sure what you expect from Inject. Inject is not... Now, I know you don't play Inject in Noise.
No, so I even chatted to him at the beginning. I was like, I wonder what noise deck you're running. I was like, oh, you won't be one of these silly Inject Levy people.
Yeah.
And if it injects, and I went, maybe you are running Levy. Because I was like, surely he's not running Levy in Noise. Because I'm very anti-Levy in Noise. And as soon as I saw Inject, I'm like, Because you can't not run Levy if you're injecting.
Yeah, sure, because you lose stuff.
I had to stop using Peddlers about halfway through.
So we should mention that the speculative R&D run gave Chris GFI off R&D. Seems good.
Yeah, does seem good.
You're not really in a position to score GFI anyway. It's an interesting splash. Is it just for agenda density? I guess you can do some
I've gone to
Baltic
2
and
NAPDs
Sansa.
now instead, but
Okay.
I never scored it, but it is definitely helps because you're only essentially trying to score Astros, right? And then Beatles, and then you've got that awkward slot that used to be 2 breaking news and 3 NAPD. That was fine, but now because of the most wanted list, it's a bit more complicated.
It's harder.
So you still tend to run
Pre-exploder.
Yeah, so that is an option, but I don't particularly like that option.
Exploder.
But it would. I mean, obviously, isn't also sort of like an economy card, so that's sort of okay.
Yeah. Okay. So let's talk about this peddler.
Yeah, there's a peddler.
This peddler which went down turn 1 and it's been sitting there for some time. I know whenever I play against Noise, there's always a clot on every peddler.
Yeah.
That's what you think's the case here. I no, because you kept mentioning it while you were playing.
Yeah.
You kept saying, "Oh, well, there's obviously a clot on that peddler, so I'm gonna, you know."
There's obviously a clot on that peddler. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it became more apparent and apparent. The longer he didn't use it, the more we knew. You know, there was definitely a clot on that peddler.
So we shall see if indeed there was, but it's important to play around that kind of thing anyway.
Yeah.
It's also now I'm not sure how many events you've got in a Noise deck. Probably almost none. So
Deja Vu,
and obviously injecting this.
Maybe
That might be it.
Maybe I've had worse, and
I've had worse.
I
Okay.
play Hacktivist.
So
But generally not very many.
It's pretty unlikely that it's a peddler with only events on it. There's probably something installable. It could be rubbish. It could be, you know, a backup Aesops and a backup Wildside or something. So Mumba's comes to play. Mumba is a good card. It's going to res a spare pad.
So I res all that to stop the Lamprey credit.
That's right. So it's during a HQ run.
I think I had agendas at this point.
You may well have done. So you lost breaking news. So that would have been a good one.
Yeah, I could have scored it for a long time actually. I had it from the beginning, but I was trying to work out how to kill the Wildside.
Yeah.
Well, or just sneak it.
Just float it out there. Yeah, just throw it out there. It's fine.
Yeah. So I was been thinking about that for a while, and I did.
So you bankrupted yourself on an HQ run to prevent being Lamprey locked. I mean, it kind of worked.
Yeah.
You got a bunch of stuff raised.
I wouldn't say, but I mean, there's a lot of money on the table. So, it's just not liquid.
So locked is the wrong word. But to avoid losing one credit, you spent 6.
No, I had 2 credits.
Stuff. Yeah, but you raised the pad and stuff. You have a spare Mumba credit as well, which you can't use.
So I had 2 credits. I spent 1 to res Mumba and then 1 to res pad.
He might have considered running HQ or R&D more. Once you're on 0, and with 1 Mumba credit, you probably can't res anything except pop up. Maybe special offer.
Yeah, neither of which I will.
Yeah.
So 5 senses the second time in a row. So last time I drew 4 cards, 5 because I installed with NEH, and this time I'm probably going to do the same and draw 5 cards.
It's a little surprising that he didn't trash Sensi.
I think so, for sure.
I want to trash that card first chance I get. Yeah. If I can trash before you get 1 use,
he let it fly for quite a good time, and it really helped. Because what I do now is I'm drawing 5 cards this turn.
Yeah.
Putting 1 back on the deck and installing 3 of them.
And obviously, if you're getting agendas and stuff, you can be scoring them. Or, I guess what you're actually looking for here is CVS.
So I had so many
because you're convinced there's a clot on that.
So I didn't have that many agendas now, but as the senses keep ticking, I kept enough agendas to win the game. So I kept like all the Astros I saw, because I was like, I need to score these, but I knew that I was so sure there was a clot on the peddler that I was just digging with CVS. That's what Senses was helping me find.
Yeah, okay.
But you deck yourself so quickly, you really have to start scoring as soon as you can.
Yeah, so you draw 3 and bury 1.
Draw 3, bury 1.
So you net 2 cards.
And then manage to draw. And then install, so you draw for NEH.
Yeah, you probably do.
4 cards come out of your deck every time you do that.
That's true. Yeah, but that's fine. You're probably running 54 cards here.
Yeah, no.
49, I expect. So yeah, okay. So Aesop's going to sell Data Sucker. You did double ice both centrals. Yeah, I think that's fair. He doesn't seem to have shown any interest in killing remotes. So I think you're in a position where you just want to hold agendas. You want to not lose to medium, and you want to wait until you get the pieces and score.
I'm not sure. I think some of the ice that was down was just too expensive for me to res. So okay, you're right. So you want to replace it with stuff you could res? Yeah.
You've got a Mumba.
Yeah. I think I replaced it with like wraparounds or something. Who knows?
So Faust on Charizard, very dangerous.
Very dangerous. Especially when there's going to be Archangels, right?
Yeah. Yes, Archangel is worst case for that. Yes, you're right. Or indeed, Batty or something. I don't know. Some program trashing. Yeah.
Well, there's Assassin and there's Archangel. They're his potential.
Yeah, okay.
He just said, like, could there be an Archangel? And then I pointed out I had 1 credit and 2 on Mumba, so he's fine.
But what if you've got another Mumba?
Oh, that's true. I could have been really sneaky. Oh no, maybe that is what I'm trying to do. Trying to bait him into. That would be actively mean.
Yeah, it would be. You'd be an awful person.
I know I do.
Yes, okay, exactly so 1 credit reses another Mumba, and then you've got exactly enough to res an Archangel, which you kind of have to break as Noise in this position. He can. He's got a few cards in hand, so he can get rid of.
But you're not going to be running
some spare stuff
constantly, are you? You can't Lamprey lock for it, put it that way.
So he looks like he's throwing away 2 Aesops.
Also means I don't lose that 1 credit. I had to the Lamprey.
That's true. Yeah, it's efficient. It's high value.
That was efficient.
Yeah,
so I lost the credit anyway. Essentially, it was a free Archangel.
Yeah, so you're going to get a pull. and eventually you can get diversified. Seems good. That'll help you bounce back.
Yeah.
What you on now? You're on 6 remotes. Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah.
7 remotes. Oh, 7 remotes. Yeah, sorry. It's an unraced one as well. Yeah. Yes, you're on 7 remotes, so that'll make some money.
Or team sponsorship.
Yeah, you haven't had the opportunity to res it. You keep going to 0 when resing. Yeah. I mean, I know what it is, but I'll pretend I don't.
I don't, and I was in the game, so I was like, I have no idea what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, if it was a Sansan, you could definitely use it to. Well, I guess, as I say, the problem is not the phosphons here; it's the. You're right about clot. A bit of sleight of hand from you there, as you almost accidentally put the card the wrong way around.
Yeah, no, I put the card one up from the bottom.
You put it second, yeah. You swap them around. Yeah, that's fine. You had. I believe
Zensis was watching this game,
the kind of marshal on the day, the rules TO.
I was checking so carefully that all my cards are the right way around, because I got a warning the day for having cards the wrong way around in my deck.
Yeah, if you turn them around your deck, yeah.
Because you can tell them, and that's legitimate, because you can tell, but it wasn't in a malicious way, like it clearly...
Okay, so installing res the turtlebacks, yes, double turtlebacks. So now you can make some serious money with assets.
This gets silly now.
Yeah. So it's double turtlebacks, good.
That's what I was saying about not using diversified. It's like I've got diversified in hand, and it's just like, but
I want to just put these cards down.
Why would I install diversified? Why would I play diversified when in this situation it's so hard to get poor?
So I've installed a few things. And Noise is now in a tough position because he doesn't have any idea what they are.
So at this point, I'm definitely in a situation that I can be scoring agendas, but we're still
assuming there's no clot. Yes, you
because
you're gonna have agendas by now for sure.
Yeah, because I'm senseiing. I've almost gone through the whole deck just senseiing. So. The only thing I haven't seen is CVS.
Yeah.
There's 3 in the deck,
so... it's interesting. What do you do here as Noise? So put yourself on the other side of the table. So you are in the lead, as he checks the remote, and it was a Jackson. You are in the lead.
Oh, of course.
Noise is in the lead by 1 point. So what's your solution? I mean, you've got Faust, so do you draw a couple and... check R&D, maybe you put down that medium.
He only needs to score 2 agendas, so you can do that in 2 accesses. I think if there hadn't been a Jackson down there, if I hadn't found the Jackson, which is unlikely at that point, like it probably was a Jackson because I hadn't installed another thing, and there's just 2 new remotes as well.
So you don't bother checking out cards now.
He could have won that way if there hadn't been a Jackson down there.
Because there's probably stuff in the bin. Yeah.
So, and that is often the way, like, he's got to 3 points, I'm on 2, I'm not going to win next turn or anything. So he could still win out of archives at the end of the game.
Yeah. So
but you've got to get rid of the Jacksons.
He's going to check these remotes. So what we've got. Team sponsorship.
Has to be
That's tempting to trash.
4 credits.
Yeah, he's having a good think about it. The thing is, if he lets you score with that, if you use a CVS to score, you can bring the CVS back. That's the beauty of team sponsorship. Team sponsorship and Cyberdex Virus Suite, best mates. So he does trash it actually. That's okay. He's got Aesop's online. He's got stuff hanging around. He can use him. He's got Shahrazad as well. He's going to start getting mills and things.
Right. I always forget to mill. Ironically, for someone who plays Noise all the time, I have to tell
you
Noise
weren't that
players.
Bad actually. Yeah,
I have to tell Noise players say mill a card when you install the virus because. Like, it's sort of both of our responsibilities to do it.
It is technically on the Noise player to make sure the trigger gets triggered.
Yes, and
the corp has to do it. He can't ignore it.
But it's cheating if the corp player acknowledges it but doesn't because they weren't told to.
Or you mean if they notice and then don't do it because they weren't told to?
Yeah.
They pretend it didn't happen. They missed it.
That's cheating. Yeah, you can't. You don't.
It's hard to enforce.
You don't have to wait until you're told to.
And I know you.
But I just genuinely forget
all
the time.
As a Noise player, whenever you install the virus, you always say mill a card.
Yeah.
And I'm sat there like, I know.
Yeah,
I know how this works.
Yeah, sure, but
you
it's the right thing to do.
You have to say it, yeah. Okay, so meanwhile, the remote he didn't check was breaking news. So we're going to get
So I got really lucky then because I sneaked out the Astro earlier and then I sneaked this out.
You remain convinced there is a clot on this peddler.
But
he trashed.
So what swayed me?
Go on.
Is the turn before when he broke the Archangel, he ditched 2 Aesops.
Yes, there are 2 Aesops in the bin.
Yeah, he used them to break the Archangel.
But Wildside is always a great card to trash.
Wildside, I think there's a clot on the peddler and there's 2 Aesops in the bin. So I was like, but given that he went poor trashing,
all great candidates,
went down to 2 credits.
That's true. He can't use Aesops now.
Yeah,
I'm not sure we'd use it on anyway.
No,
I guess he's got loaded in.
He would use it on the Data Sucker this turn.
Yeah.
The fact he hasn't sold the he's not bluffing on the. I know at this point he's not bluffing the peddler
because he could have sold. He could have sold peddler if it's useless.
Or he would have used something useful on there.
Yeah, that's right. If it had. like a
Cash on
David,
there, he
he would have used it for the Archangel, right? So you know he's holding something juicy back.
It does have a David on it, but it has the clot as well. So he's
Okay.
like, I really want that David.
Okay, all
but
right.
I need to keep the clot.
Yeah, okay, so you're right. By now, he could have sold it if it was useless. He could have used it for something. So yes, you can be fairly confident he's saving it.
So that turn, he deja vu Aesops, played Aesops.
Yeah, so that's right. He
Credit,
deja vu to get
credit,
Aesop
deja
back.
vu Aesops, played Aesops.
I mean, right now
He's
I've got a bone to
time.
pick with you, right? Yeah. This is right. I'm going to give you some tips in NEH. When the opponent has 0 credits, they absolutely can't clot. You should have rained agendas down in this turn. That's my advice, but you definitely could have scored an agenda.
Good point. Yeah,
because it's on 0.
Really
but you're
obviously fixated
you're still
on
hyper aware
getting
of
the
CVS. Yeah. So when I was editing this video, I was like, Jerry, I know you've got a billion agendas in your hand. Score one of them. Like you could have got an Astro out or something. But yeah. Anyway, nevertheless, you installed a bunch of remotes and made a whole load of money. Drew some more cards. It's all ticking over quite nicely.
Yeah, it's the snowball point of asset spam, right?
Yeah.
2 members, 2 pads, 2. And the fact that really what's made this tick is the fact that Sensei's just been live the whole game, and I've just kept firing it.
Yeah, you did. You fired it not every turn, but most turns.
Most turns.
And
about 2 and 3 turns, I fired that.
Yeah. So it's a Jackson, which you're going to use, which makes sense.
Yeah, it's probably agendas.
There might even be a Jackson in the bin, I guess, at this point. It's quite possible. Yeah. Okay. So you're going to use the second Jackson to be used. I believe you returned 3 face-down cards. So we don't know that.
I'm thinking about it though. So it clearly wasn't easy. It wasn't just 3 agendas.
It was just agendas, yeah. Yeah, you did say a card that got trashed, that got milled. I don't remember what it was off the top of my head. Yeah, but there was obviously some good.
CVS,
There was
I've
some
been putting it in the day.
Yeah, maybe. There's some useful. Looked like there was an exploder in there. Just for that flash of hand, but
Wait,
have you got exploder in the deck?
Yeah, there's one exploder.
There's one. Okay, all right.
That exploder, I kept putting it to the bottom of the deck with Sensei, and then I Jackson shuffle and I draw it, and then he'd mill it, and then I Jackson shuffle it back again, and then I drew it again, and I was like that, and I was like, there's only one in the deck, and it keeps coming back into my hand or into the bin. Okay, all right. It was all over the place, that card.
Okay, Chris finally gets some delicious pancakes. That's going to help him out as well, because
so
he has been operating on the 3 clicks for this whole game. Yeah.
But now I think I finally do the CVS. So now I think I score.
It's quite possible, yeah. Yeah, and he has been checking remotes. So you haven't really had the confidence to sneak stuff out. You did get the breaking news.
I snuck out the breaking news and the first Astro.
The first Astro
very lucky
is
in that
different,
sense.
yeah.
That was a bit risky, but that was just pure luck that means I got those.
What you might consider doing, also, and I've done this, is install in advance an exploder. Let them clot. It's fine. The difference is he's on 3 points. So giving up.
I can't give him an agenda.
Yeah, letting them go from 0 to 2.
And the exploder is no good for me, right? Like I don't want the money because I'm money for days.
Yeah, but the point is you can
bait the clot.
If there's a clot, he's going to use it. Even if there's not, you look stupid though.
Here we go. And is this me still advancing?
Yeah. So I think. Might be next turn. I think you waited quite a long time.
I literally was just waiting for CVS. It's just like I was sure that the last 3 cards in my deck were going to be CVS at this point.
Yeah. And you were shuffling quite a lot and drawing and sensing.
Yeah. Sensing 4 or 5 cards every single turn for 3 of in my deck.
Okay, double loss and R&D. Yep.
So at this point, I had enough agendas to win the game, and I even said, I was like, we know where the game is. I'm like pretending that I'm waiting for the agenda, but I had 3 agendas in hand. I kept like an Astro and a Beal. I kept enough agendas to win the game. Yeah,
this is interesting that you have a lot of agendas in hand, and yet you're overwriting R&D.
Well, he thinks I'm putting them back with Senseis.
And that they're going to show up.
Yeah, and I...
Imp Sansan. Sansan will be good. What we got? There's no point. I mean, so you just res it and keep it. Yeah, okay.
That's so powerful, because if I score, say, another Astro now, and I don't have the game win, I just go draw 7 cards at the beginning of my turn.
I can find an Astro.
If I find a 3 for 2, I'm going to win.
Yeah.
And that's the problem with double senses. You only ever use it when you need a specific card to win the game.
Yeah.
But you will. If I didn't have enough agendas in hand, I would.
So run R&D, another Archangel. Yep.
This is risky when I've got
pretty good ice.
As much money as I do.
You mean running R&D is risky? Yeah.
4 deep.
I guess he was hoping that. See, this is it. Chris, just install the David.
Install the David.
Install the David,
on
Chris.
The peddler.
Nothing bad will happen.
3 cards for Archangels. Not
so
too bad.
he's going to throw away some stuff, including a medium. Interesting. That may indeed be a sign that he's given up on RD at this point. So he jacks out. Parasite. Maybe just looking for a parasite target. Okay. That'll get
I'm using one Sensi.
So you actually, I can tell you this, you don't actually need to specify. You can fire one and then decide after firing it if you want to fire the second one. Yeah. It doesn't come up a lot because they don't normally survive.
But I have to draw 2, put 3 cards, put 1 back, draw 3 cards, put 1 back, then
yes,
draw.
that's what we said. Yeah. And you'd also have to have both resed.
Yeah.
So you couldn't res one, use it, and then decide if you want to res and use it.
Of course. Yeah. And if I had DBS, I would draw 4.
Yeah, DBS gets a bit weird.
I have to put one of the 4 back.
So you put one of the 4, and then you put the rest in your hand, and put one from the hand
back,
and then Mando. Yeah.
And then Mando.
Yeah. Yeah. Good. You got it.
Yeah.
Nailed
Good.
It. Okay, so.
Get 2 credits. I've sort of forgotten about credits at this point.
Chris is reminding you about your tailbacks and stuff.
Yeah. That while installing 3 new assets, I'm also getting 6 credits for doing so.
Oh, ice. So install and ice something. Interesting. So, what could it be? It could be no, it can't be CVS because you would.
I think I'm just waiting for the CVS. I know that I didn't install the CVS because I was even scared that he would find it while the clock wasn't out. So I was not going to install the CVS to the turn I scored it.
Okay.
It's literally as soon as because I have a biotic in hand.
Yeah. Okay.
And I've kept a biotic back.
Yeah.
My only biotic.
All the Sansans keep getting trashed.
And I know that as soon as I get a CVS, I'm going to use that biotic to score the turn I draw the CVS.
Yeah.
With the Astro counter. Like, I'm just going to waste a biotic to get the score as soon as I draw the CVS.
I mean, Baltic for a purge is pretty good. Like, it's kind of a purge for no click.
Yeah,
it's all right.
Exactly.
Yeah, 7 credits. All right. Okay, yeah, so...
so I think I was saying...
It's intriguing.
I think I was saying, we know there's a clot. I'm going to do this so that you can't get in.
Does it look a bit rushy? Does it look like it might be an Astro behind a Wrap or something? That's an Assassin, which is interesting.
I think I literally was just baiting him because I was waiting for my CVS.
Well, we'll find out very shortly, but yes, it was.
Yeah, I was basically just saying, I'm waiting for CVS, I'm going to pretend like this is an agenda, and you're going to regret it.
Okay.
Come on, put the David in.
As soon as you think about Assassin, at this point, as soon as he's hit the Assassin, he knows it's not an agenda. Because he has to break Assassin. And once he's broken it, he might as well access. Yeah. So it hasn't... The decision whether access is made before the ice is even raised, so what's the point?
It's definitely a snare.
Yeah, and he's like, well, it's not going to be a snare, so I might as well access anyway, whatever. Yeah, interesting. So he does access. He is a Mumba. He imps it. I feel like it's going to sell the imp, so why not? Might as well. It also can... Mumba's good as well.
Yeah, I'm clearly not going to use that assassin to protect a Mumba, am I? I was going to... If I've got something more important, it will go behind the assassin.
Yeah. That's it. You'd have trashed that Mumba without thinking if you had something more useful, Sansan or something. I don't know.
I just had so much money that I could res an assassin. I think I was like, come on then, run through an assassin, waste you a lot of time.
Let's do some sensey stuff then.
My deck's getting super thin now. Look
yes, it is. You're drawing a lot, and
you're
getting milled as well. And milling becomes an out for noise at this point. I mean, it's
no. I think I must have drawn one of my 3 CVSs now. Given that I'm putting cards on the bottom of the deck every turn that aren't CVS.
Yeah, but you're also shuffling. But yes, you're right.
Yeah, yeah, this must be the score. I must be trying to score now.
So, yeah, you do install Advance, okay. So Chris has a bit of a think. And you're looking at him like, you've got a claw, haven't you? And he's thinking, I do, I need to... So he's, I mean, if he didn't have a claw, he wouldn't even be thinking at this stage. You know he's got a claw. And I feel like...
If he didn't have a claw, this game was over so long ago.
And he does install the claw off the peddler, so you called it right. That was the right move, though, because he could see that there was no CVS on the table, so you absolutely do it. But yes, as you say, you play Baltic, which allows you to install, get a bunch of stuff.
Get 2 more credits.
Because NEH.
Res it for free.
Yeah, the members res the CVS.
Get a draw because of NEH. Yeah.
So you made a profit off that purge. I mean, it might have even paid for the Baltic. Maybe not quite that, but yeah. So obviously you can install and res the Cyberdex and purge and advance and Astro, blah blah blah. To get out.
I just put the CVS in my score area because I'm an idiot.
Yeah, you clean it up as well. Yeah, okay, so you Astro the Astro. Okay, so finally the nightmare is over. You drew the CVS.
Yeah. There's no clone chip down.
There's no clot.
I have 11 credits.
So Chris fancies
if he leg works
he's just got to go for it. He's just got to go for it. So
There's also no Jackson knockdown, right?
I see a legwork here would be incredible. There's no legworks in.
Of course, there's no legwork.
If there was,
yeah,
that would be amazing.
Nerve agent, maybe, but not legwork.
Not through an archangel though. Yeah. So he decides, I think, to go just for a kind of turbo mill.
Yeah,
he just installs a bunch of viruses and checks archives.
There's no Jackson stands.
There's no Jackson.
I think,
that's right.
To be honest, though, I have them all in my hand, so it's pointless.
Yeah, so that's it. He ran archives and clicked 4, just hoping to pull a couple of points because you've got 2 senses and an astro counter. You're gonna win if you can't threaten a clock.
And there's like 10 cards left in the deck.
Yeah, and there was nothing in there. So yeah, and you just.
I think I just split my hand, right?
Yeah, he just says, "Yeah, I've got all the agendas. They're all here."
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I was keeping them. He kept saying, "I think you're senseing them back." I was like, "You can't sensei all of them." Plus, I was keeping all the ones I could score. So I was senseing back like my 1 4 for 2, but everything that was a 3 for 2, I was like keeping. 15 minutes was going back, stuff like that. But everything else, I was like keeping.
Leave 15 minutes in the bin, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So yeah, an interesting game.
Interesting.
And that game was definitely about clot and playing around clot.
Yeah. But put it this way: had there not been a clot on the peddler, Chris should have played it exactly the same because pretending there was a clot in the peddler made me stop scoring for like 12 turns.
Yeah, maybe he didn't capitalise on it.
Yeah,
because he wasn't able to pressure the remotes, keep them down. He wasn't able to get into R&D, apply any kind of pressure on R&D or HQ for that matter.
He's also just very unlucky with not getting the mills at the right time and me having archangels everywhere.
That's true. Yeah, yeah, Jackson.
Not checking the remotes that were agendas.
Yeah,
like, let me sneak 2 out, which is what really gave me the tempo to. Had I not had those 3 points at that point, I wouldn't have had enough time to score out. I think he would have got me because I was running out of deck. So,
yeah.
So yeah. So that was just lucky on my part. But because I mean, Chris has a phenomenal record playing as Noise. Probably the most consistent Noise player in the world.
So Chris won 3 or 4 champs. 3?
Yeah, 4 I think. Maybe 4 or 3. And he also did very well with Noise at Nationals, I think, and he's been playing it for years, and is consistently wins tournaments with it. So it's quite nice to not lose that game.
That was good. Yeah. So you went on to the winners' final.
I did,
and you played Alice Reese.
I did,
and we're not going to see that video, but we don't talk about it now anyway. That's fine. So we'll see, I guess, what happens on that. Which means you will be in. Let me work this out. I think you're guaranteed to be on camera again because if you're in the winners' final, you're going to be in the game.
If I win, I'm in the final. If I'm loser, I'm in the losers' final.
Yeah. Okay, so you might be in. Well, you might only be in 1 game anyway if you keep losing, for sure. Yeah. Okay. All right. So in the next video, we've had enough of you.
Yeah.
We're going to stick with Chris.
Yep.
Though, and we're going to see Noise again actually.
Right.
Because he was playing against Alex White's Palana, which I expect is a quite different matchup for Noise than NEH.
Yes.
Because it's glacier, ice everywhere, no assets to speak of.
Yeah.
So how do you approach that?
As Noise?
Yeah.
It's quite a good matchup for Noise, I think.
Because it's kind of slow?
Yeah. So what you sort of do is set up for a while.
Yeah.
You don't even think about not installing Wildside because of their ability. You just
anyway. That's what I mentioned. Wildside,
and that's like they've got a guaranteed pad. Fine.
Yeah.
And then you start sort of. It's very hard to camp promotes as Noise, but you sort of try and keep so that you can get in. I mean, Caprice is going to be a problem and things like that, but you try and. It depends on what happens. If you can get into HQ, you try and lamprey lock them what imp pieces they want out of their hand.
Yeah.
You try and get put medium down and dig a bit if you can. Apart from that,
you've obviously got archives.
Yeah, you don't let them score because you've got Faust on the table.
Yeah.
You can poke remotes if they install in them, play the side games and stuff. But essentially, you just keep ticking along, and you'll win the game eventually out of archives. That's generally what happens.
Okay, that's your game plan.
Against Corp, right. against Glacier style. That's generally the plan. Is you just keep pipping along.
As far as Palan's concerned, I guess Alex should play fast.
Yeah.
To avoid that happening for Noise.
If you can get a single ice remote with a Caprice in it, then you can score an Nisei in there easily against Noise very early. And then once you've got Nisei and a Caprice and a Nisei counter, then it becomes very easy to start scoring them.
Very tough, yeah.
And your money's not going to stall out because you're Palana. So yeah,
okay.
that's the plan, I think.
Okay, great. All right, well, I'd like to remind all our viewers they can find all the videos at the website, neoredandgrid.co.uk, and find some Twitter and on Facebook, and they can find some Patreon as well for that support the channel. Thank you, Joe, for helping commentate.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.